Hello guys, so I decided to do another manga haul. It's been around 2 months. I've been accumulating again the mangas from the past 2 months. I've got quite a bit of manga, and yeah, let's start. So to begin with, I got Real from Takehiko Inoue. I got just the first 4 volumes. Volume 1, 2, 3, and 4. Oh, and also I'm trying out this way of showing the manga instead of the shelves, just to change things a bit. I hope it looks better. I don't know. Can tell me. I decided to get this series now because I heard that Takehiko Inoue is going to start drawing again and continue this series. So I thought it was a nice. It would be nice to start collecting this one now. And also, this is French flaps, as you can see. I've heard a lot of good things about this, and I'm excited since I enjoyed Slam Dunk, one of my favorite sport mangas. Yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Although the volumes are quite expensive sometimes, so most of the times I just try to find deals that makes the buying this whole series a little cheaper. And again, this is another series that goes along with that I said. This also is it's kind of expensive, like 14-16 euros a book, and that's why I get this one. I have such a random volume, 2, 17, and 10, but the art style is great. I've seen the anime, but I think the manga goes a lot further actually. And yeah, I haven't started reading this since I'm waiting to get more volumes and get them in order. So this is going to be one of the series I'm going to collect very slowly. Yeah. So got these 3 volumes out. Also, I got more volumes of I Am a Hero, volume 6 and volume 5. This series keeps amazing me. The art style is amazing, and the story, if you like zombie apocalypse stories, I think it's something you shouldn't pass on. Yeah. Sometimes there's a lot of gore, as you can see on this page. It's crazy. I think if you enjoy this type of stuff, you'll definitely won't want to pass on this one. Actually, I got again the 2 same volumes because I thought it had been lost in transit, because it took like a month and maybe a month and a half to reach me. So I contacted them. I think this was from Wordery. No, I'm not sure. It might have. I'm not sure. Either Wordery or Book Depository. So they just sent me a replacement, and when the replacement got here, a few days after, I got the 2 volumes that were lost. I thought were lost. Next up, I have Emanon, the continuation of this series. I actually thought it was 2 books, but it seems that it's going to be a longer series, which I don't mind at all. I enjoy this series a lot. The art style, again, it's amazing, as you can see. This art is quite expensive, but it's fine. I think I enjoy this series, so I usually I usually get some series, even if they are a little on the pricier side. I think it's worth it since it's such a great series. Next up, I got Blade of the Immortal Volume 9. Actually, this just reached me today in the mail, which is nice. And it's why I decided to get to do this video today, since my orders all came in. Yeah, but Blade of the Immortal, I think you know by now. There's a anime coming out right now. It's a pretty popular series. If you enjoy samurais and the era of samurais, I think you'll enjoy this one. Next up, I got One Punch Man Volume 17. At this point, I don't think there's much to be said about this. There doesn't need to be said anything. It's pretty good. It reads pretty quickly, at least for me. I usually get this and read it in like maybe 7 minutes, I don't know. It's such a fast-paced manga. I wish there was more. Next up, The Promised Neverland, Volume 11. I think 12 is already out, but I still haven't ordered it. Yeah, it's pretty much continuing the last volume, but it hasn't progressed much from the last one, but still exciting to read. Can't wait for the next one. Next up, I got two random volumes of IQ that I was missing. Again, it's because these ones were cheaper, and since it's 30-ish volumes, I'll get the cheap ones out of the way first, and then when I'm close to getting them all, I might just get the rest of them. But IQ, a nice sports series. I enjoy having some sports series on my TBR for when I feel like reading some. Next up, I got the whole series of the Delinquent Housewife from Vertical, Volume 4, 3, 2, and 1. This series is pretty cool. It's mostly a comedy. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's like the best series, but well, it's a good change of pace if you enjoy I have kind of a thing for manga with delinquents, so it's always fun to read. If you enjoy that type of thing, this might be a good pickup for you. But yeah, also since it's 4 volumes, it's no problem. I think it's a nice thing to get. Next up, I got Volume 9 of Kaguya-sama Love is War and Volume 10. I think the Volume 11 is out, I'm not sure. This seems to be coming out very fast now. I think the anime might have made this series even more popular than it was before. But yeah, at this point you know what this is. If you enjoy comedy and sometimes it's like stupid comedy, but it's fun anyways, and you just keep reading. It's the story about 2 guys, the love interest between them, as you know by now, I think. Next up is I actually got this series in Japanese, even though I can't read Japanese, but I read them in English and decided to get this series in Japanese just to have them. I enjoyed a lot the art style, and when I enjoy the art style. Sorry about that. My fan just fell off. But well, never mind. This author, I think he draws very well. This manga is also fun to read, so I think this is a good page. Like, as you can see, it's quite nice. Also, I also got Boichi Sunken Rock in Japanese, even though I can't read, but sometimes I just flip through the pages and yeah, basically I know the story. I've read it quite a few times, but in English. But it's always nice to have when some manga that you enjoy. Next up is Comi Can't Communicate, Volume 2. This series, I've talked about it before. It's a nice manga to put in the middle of some maybe action manga that you're reading right now, and this sometimes it's a nice manga to read slowly. It's also a 4 comma manga. 4 comma manga, I think. It's just a bundle of short stories, but they basically connect with each. And it's really funny, to be honest. I think if you want something funny to read, this might be it. It's a new series, quite recent, I guess. It's probably, I think volume 3 is out. If you want something to read that is comedy, I think you will enjoy this one. Next up, and on the same league, also a new series that I started collecting is the Way of the Husband. It's from Viz Media, the Viz6 that they release. The art style is nice. Again, I'm kind of a sucker for delinquent mangas, like those types of involving mafia. Like if you read Sunken Rock, I think you know for what I'm talking about. It's also another one, even though that one is kind of etchy, but it's still nice. It still has a nice story. Yeah, this manga, I think people have been getting. It's been more known lately. If you want something funny to read and about dealing with, you should pick it up. I think it's quite cheap also. Yeah, that's the way of the husband. Next up, I got the final volume. Finally, we got this of Dora. Finally, I have all the volumes, and this one is quite big. As you can see, it's pretty much like 2 normal volumes. And yeah, finally we have the end of this. As you can see, the art style is quite freaky, but on the same time it's quite nice to read. And yeah, I think if you want some I think this is going to get an anime. I'm not sure. I read it around. I'm not sure where, but I think it's going to get one. And that's quite a nice thing. I wish I can't wait to see this animated. I hope it will follow the manga and give us a nice anime to watch. If you want something to read, as you can see, the art style is quite weird but good at the same time. It's like if you read Blam, I think you will enjoy this as well. Yeah, Dora, volume 23. Now, and I got another volume. This was kinda out of just an impulse buy, to be honest. I've seen someone pick it up. I don't remember who, but I thought the cover looked nice, and it's from Ian Press. I quite like their stuff. The quality of their stuff, sometimes it's nice, but well, this is a normal one. But the art style was pretty nice. It's kind of creepy too. But if you want to read something like this, I think I don't have really an opinion on this series, to be honest. I've read this volume, but I think I'll need like 3 volumes more to know if I like it or not. I will definitely get the next volumes and maybe tell you on the next videos if I enjoy it or not. It's small. It reads fast. I've read it in just a sitting. It was quite good. This page is quite nice, actually. Yeah, it's Phantom Tales of the Night, Volume 1. If you want to read something like this. I mean, I don't have much to say. Just if you're curious about it, pick it up. I'm happy with it. Now, the next 3 volumes are from a series that's well known. It's 20th Century Boys, the Perfect Editions. I haven't started reading this. I don't know much about it. I've heard people say it's one of those series that you have to read. It's from the same author, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, from Pluto, which I have here, but I also haven't read yet. So I might read Pluto first and then 20th Century Boys, which is coming out. Maybe when I have like a few more volumes, I'll start reading it. And finally, and to end things on a nice note, I got, of course, Berserk Volume 2 of the Deluxe Editions. Again, as I've said before, I haven't read Berserk. I just watched the old anime and enjoyed it a lot. I think the manga is quite better, to be honest. And these volumes are amazing. I always say this, but they are amazing and definitely must buy. The only thing I don't like on this, it's I enjoy reading manga like relax, and I usually read it on my bed or on the sofa. And to have a book this big on my hand and quite heavy, sometimes that's something I don't like, which is why sometimes I enjoy reading a book like I Am a Hero. It's since I know the quality could be better for such a series and could be something bigger, but sometimes it's nice to have a book that just fits on your hand and you can enjoy reading it instead of a huge volume. But then again, I wouldn't consider passing out on this, even though it's heavy and big. The quality is amazing and it's definitely a must to pick up. I for Berserk, I guess I'll just read it sitting on the table. It's worth it. So yeah, this is pretty much what I got this past 2 months. I hope you enjoyed. The next video might be around Christmas, maybe, since I tend to put the manga I got from like 2, 3, maybe sometimes when I get more 1 month manga, I usually just put them all together and make a video. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.